Hi, and welcome to Astro Bites for Monday, the 5th of August, 2024. So today, of course, we are still basking in the light of the Leo new moon of yesterday and enjoying the sense of optimism that that can bring. But of course, there is the shadow side that underpins all of this. And if you think about Leo the lion, it's this beautiful, majestic beast. And yet, of course, its shadow is that it is an incredibly powerful and destructive animal if prodded or poked. And I think there are things going on the planet which, if prodded and poked, are erupting. So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole today. Now, Mercury, our planet of communication, does go retrograde today, but I'm doing my live tonight. So I'm actually going to talk about that later. So we'll save that for later. So what I am going to talk about in this short Astro Bite this morning is Venus's move into the sign of Virgo. So in the next couple of days, it will actually come up to conjunct Mercury retrograde because Mercury is moving back through Virgo. But I'll talk about that on the day. How is Venus in Virgo? Because Venus is our planet of relationship, can be love, it can be beauty, and it is to do with one's self-worth, self-respect, self-value. And it's quite regal, like Leo the lion in a sense. But Venus is a beautiful planet. Venus rules the sign of Taurus, which is all about luxury. It also rules the sign of Libra. Libra is about balance and harmony. So Venus in the sign of Virgo really gets a bit discombobulated because Virgo is all about being pernickety and finickety and attending to the details and sometimes going round in circles and ending up at the beginning and having never really got anywhere. And Venus wants to go smoothly through and bring kind of coolness and calm to the kind of overthinking that the Virgo energy, especially with Mercury there at the moment, can get into. So Venus in Virgo can be a bit challenging, so just be aware of that energy over the next week or so as it moves in and settles into Virgo. It doesn't stay here for very long because a little bit later it actually moves into the sign of Libra. And if I can just get my notes up to see when it actually moves into Libra, let me have a look. It moves into Libra on the 29th, which is quite interesting because that's actually the day after Mercury goes direct. So interesting kind of energy we'll have there. And when it actually moves into Libra, it'll be trining retrograde Pluto in Aquarius. So that's all to come. But if we move back to today and go back to where we were with Venus in Virgo, what I suppose you need to know today is don't get hung up with your appearance, because Venus in Virgo can mean you're looking at every little pimply spot on your face or your body and overanalyzing it. And interestingly, I paid a visit to the dermatologist on Friday, and I've had all my bits zapped and frozen. And luckily there was nothing sinister that she was worried about. But if I take my clothes off, I look like I've got smallpox. And I've had to apply some careful kind of foundation to cover up a lot of red bumps and lumps on my face. So Venus doesn't like that, because Venus likes things to be nice and kind of calm and beautiful and serene. And so I think the message from Venus, whilst it spends its time in the sign of Virgo, is not to get overly caught up in little things to do with appearances. There was a wonderful comedy program, which some of you might remember on British television, called Keeping Up Appearances. And this wonderful lady, Mrs. Bouquet, could not, or sometimes pronounced bucket because it was spelt bucket, but she pronounced it bouquet. She could not bear the fact that anything was kind of brought down to basics, down to the Virgo basics that Venus would bring it down to. So she wanted to be appearing as this wonderful grand lady all the time. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going down that rabbit hole, but I'm just going to shut up now. And once again, I'm going to say I will see you later for the Mercury retrograde video, which will be at 6 p.m. and that is Central European Daylight Time. Remember, if you click on the notification button on the already uploaded advert for tonight's live, it will give you an automatic notification in your particular time zone for when the video starts. So that's super cool. So on that note, just have a calm, happy Monday. Don't overthink things. You know, everything will be all right. Oh, I haven't done my word of the day. Oh, gosh. Uncertainty. There we go. Uncertainty. My word of the day is uncertainty. Now, why is it uncertainty? Because it's one of the things we really have to learn to live with. Remember, everything in life actually is unpredictable. We cannot possibly know what is going to happen. I might expand on that word later, but what brought me to think about using the word uncertainty is the fact that nothing is in our control. And one of the reasons I, and maybe many of you, used to get into fortune telling, tarot and tea leaves and scrying and psychics and astrology was to give me, in a sense, a false sense of certainty that I had some control over my future. The fact is, actually, nothing is in control, or nothing is under my control or your control. But what is interesting, and what I've discovered through my journeys with astrology, is that it does give one a structure to prepare for the times when you really do need to have to go with the flow and roll with the punches, because nothing is in your control. And of all the modalities of giving one a chance to somehow feel one has some form of control over where one is going, astrology has been the modality that I think is most helpful in giving us a sense that we have a plan for the day, and that if there are aspects from, say, Uranus, which promotes unpredictability, we will not be too thrown off course when the unpredictable happens. So that was why I wanted to bring in this word uncertainty today, and unpredictability. So I'll see you later. A bit of a discombobulated astrobite, way over time as usual, but you're used to it now. So to crazy cat ladies, crazy dog ladies, crazy cat men and dog men, you're all awesome. And can't get my words out. Mercury retrograde, what can I say? I'll see you later. Bye for now.